Good day mga students, grade 12. So today, we'll discuss on our module 2 with topic ratio and proportion. But before that, let's have a recap on what we discussed last module, which is the decimal. Alam natin na ang decimal is represented with a dot. For example, we have 1.55, or another example is 0.30. Okay, so next is the fraction. Fraction is denoted or represented with a bar. So for example, we have 1/5, and also fraction, another example is 3/16. So denoted with a bar. Next is the percentages or percentage, denoted with a percent sign. So for example, that is 50%, or another example is 76.5%. And also we discussed how we transform or convert a decimal to a fraction, decimal to percentage, fraction to percentage, fraction to decimal, percentage to decimal, and percentage to fraction. So that's all for the recap. And now we'll go to our second topic, which is ratio and proportion. So sa ngayon siguro ay natanggap nyo na yung inyong mga modules. So buksan natin. So we have here ratio and proportion. Una, we have the comparison of two numbers or quantities by division is known as the ratio. Symbol, double dot. So we have first ratio. So ratio is a comparison. It's a comparison between two numbers, comparison. And denoted, or we use the symbol double dot. Yan. So hindi siya yung give me a dot doon sa Facebook. It's a double dot. So for example, we have 5:10. This symbol is read as is 2. Yeah. So for a ratio, the two quantities must be in the same unit. If they are not, they should be expressed in the same unit before the ratio is taken. It can be treated as a function. So ibig sabihin, itong 5:10 can be translated or can be treated also as a function. So 5:10. For quantities to be said as proportion, okay, so ratio, that's ratio. For proportion, for quantities are said to be in proportion if the ratio of the first and the second quantities is equal to the ratio of the third and the fourth quantities. Okay, so the symbol used here, so comparison of 2, this is comparison of, so this one, comparison of two quantities, while proportion is a comparison of two ratio. Okay? And it is, we use the symbol, how do we call this? Can we call it quadro dot? Because we have double dot there, and then we have quadro dot. So we can write this as 5:10 as 2, 25:50. Okay? So pwede din siyang isulat na 5/10 proportion to 25/50. Okay, so sinasabi dito sa definition ng proportion, the ratio of the first and the second quantities, okay, so the ratio of these first two quantities is a ratio of the second two quantities, the third and the fourth quantities. Yan. The order of terms in a proportion is important. So, halimbawa, dito ma-identify natin paano naging proportion itong dalawa. Kasi, kung isi-simplify natin ito, 5:10, pwede natin siyang gawing 1/2. Proportion siya kasi 25/50 is also equal to 1/2. Tapos, dapat importanteng magkasunod-sunod yung quantities kasi kung hindi sila magkasunod-sunod ay magiging disproportion siya. For example, let's jumble this 5:10 is to 25:50. So for example, ginawa natin yan na 5:10 is to 50:25. So kapag kinonvert natin yan into fraction, we have 5:10 is to 50/25. And when we simplify that, we have 1/2 is to 2. So that is not proportion. So dapat magkakasunod yung ating arrangement ng numbers. But then of course when you encounter such things na hindi magkasunod-sunod, and then ang tanong ay identify if these two ratios are proportion, at kung hindi sila magkasundo or hindi sila magkasunod-sunod, ibig sabihin hindi sila proportion sa isa't isa. Okay? So it says here, the method in which first we find the value of one unit in the value of the required number of unit is known as unitary method. Okay, so you follow me. Let's go to the second page of your module. We have examples here. So as simple as that lang naman yung ratio and proportion. Lagi din naman natin na-encounter ang ratio and proportion sa day-to-day living natin. For example, sinabi sa classroom setup, for example, let's have 1:1 pairing. Okay, so hindi pwedeng dalawa ang ka-pair mo kundi isa lang kasi 1:1. Or for example, sinabi dito na or sa pag pumunta naman kayo sa tindahan, okay? So pag pumunta kayo sa tindahan, halimbawa, piso dalawa. Ayan. So 1 peso ay dalawang candy, for example. So ibig sabihin kapag bumili ka ng 2 pesos na candy, ang matatanggap mong candy ay 4 pieces. Ayan. So, ganoon kapag bumili kayo ng candy, for example. Kapag pumunta naman kayo sa mall, usually, ang ratio and proportion na nakikita natin doon ay buy 1, take 1. Ayan. Okay. So, ang kanyan, 1:1. So, pag bumili ka ng dalawa, meron ka ding libreng dalawa. So, those are just simple examples of ratio and proportion na na-encounter natin sa paligid natin. Okay, so next we go to the second page. As I have said, let's have the example number 1. So it says here, the ratio of 8 rupees, okay, so RS is rupees, pera yan. Kung dito sa Pilipinas ay Philippine peso, sa ibang bansa meron yung certain country na ang pera nila ay tinatawag nilang rupees. So we have 8 rupees is to 80 paise. Yan. Okay. So it says there, how do we express this ratio? So unang-una sa lahat, remind natin na sa guidelines para makakuha tayo ng eksaktong ratio, dapat parehas sila ng unit. So, halimbawa dito, ang 88 rupees or ang 1 rupee is equal to 100 paise. Thus, we have 8 rupees. So, we have 8 rupees, 80 paise, that is what? How many rupees do we have? So we have what? 1 is to 100. So we have 8 is to 0.8 pace. So that's just one of the ways na express yung ratio, which is also equal to 10 is to 1. Or pwede din naman yung rupees ang ating i-convert into pace. So we have 8 rupees, it would be equivalent to 800 pace is to 80 pace. The same is true with 10 is to 1. So the answer is letter B. Next. Okay, so let's have another example sa Philippine peso naman para real life or na-encounter ninyo. So for example, we have 1 peso is to 100 cents. Yan. We have 100 cents. So 100 cents is equal to 1 peso. So if for example, let's express what is the ratio of 100 cents or 200 cents. So we have 2 peso. That is 1 is to 1 is to 1. Sorry. Kasi nga ay i-convert natin sila into both cents or into both peso. So 1 is to 1. 1 peso is to 1 peso. Or 100 is to 100 kung cents naman ang pinag-uusapan. Okay, let's have example number 2. The length and breadth of a steel tape are 10 meters and 2.4 respectively. The ratio of the length to the breadth is, okay, so eto na, magko-convert ulit tayo dito. So our length is 10 meters and our breadth is 2.4 centimeters. So nakita natin na magkaiba ang kanilang unit. We have meters and centimeters. So una sa lahat, pagpaparehasin muna natin or dapat pagkapareho muna yung kanilang unit. So we know that 10 meters or 1 meter is equal to how many centimeters? 100 centimeters. Okay, so let's convert 10 meters into centimeters. We have 10 times 100 centimeters. That would give us 1,000 centimeters, which is ratio to 2.4 centimeters. So, kung gusto nating walang decimal, so we can cancel it, 2.4 and then 2.4, which will give us 416.66 centimeters is to 1 centimeter. But then we have another, meron tayong ulit decimal dito. So ang gusto natin maging whole number siya. So let's identify what can we multiply with 0.666 na magiging whole number siya. So 3, try natin. So that will give us 1,250 centimeter is to 3 centimeters. That's why the answer is letter D. Next, we have example number 3. Find the missing number in the box in the following proportion. 8 or blank is to 8 is to 12 is to 32. So, dito sa solution niya, we have 12 over 32, which is equal to 3 times 4. 32 is equal to 8 times 4. We can cancel out 4. So, meron tayong matitira na 3 over 8. At nakita naman natin, sa unang ratio natin, 8 ang kanyang denominator. denominator. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating numerator ay 3. Thus, to complete the proportion, we have 3:8 is to 12:32. Next is example number 4. State whether the given statements are true or false. So 12:18 is to 28:56. So let's try kung parehas. Usually pwede din kasing ang pag-test natin yan is 12/18 is to 28/56. Kung isi-simplify natin siya, we have ang 12:18, kapag isi-simplify natin siya, it will go down to 2/3 is to, ang 28/56 naman ay 1/2. So, hindi sila proportion. So, hindi sila equal. For letter B, okay, so ang ratio and proportion naman natin sa letter B, we have 25 persons is to 130 persons as to 15 kilograms is to 78 kilograms. So we can write that also in how do you call that, ratio form, which is, or the fraction form. We have in every 25 persons, we have 15 kilograms sorry. Yung palang 25 is to 130. Sorry. 25/130. And then we have is equal to 15 kilograms over 78. And when we simplify that, we have 5/26 is to 5/26. So they are proportion to each other. Okay? So you just follow the examples on up to 8, and then as you can see in your module, we have exercises here. This will serve as your practice exercises hanggang hanggang anong number ba yan? Ayan, madami-daming pagpa-practicean hanggang 89 siya. So, sagutan nyo yun, pero hindi siya recorded. But then, sa consultation natin, yan ang pwede nating i-discuss. Okay, so that's all for today. If any questions or clarifications, you just message me in my Facebook account. Thank you.